I never seen such a like disarray performance from Man City. You know, that kind of thing. It's like they do lose games, but they don't lose it in this manner.
Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of the Futbol Kaki. I'm your host Helder and I'm joined by my fellow Kaki bro and Man Utd fan, Paul E. Bro, how you doing?
I'm doing well, brother. How are you?
I am sick, as you can hear from my voice, right? Like,
oh no, chala.
It's all my colleagues and my team on site all sick, bro. All five all kena at the same time.
Is it the erratic weather?
Might be, but like is the feeling where you want to cough out the phlegm, but it's like clogged.
Yeah.
Then your nose is like the thing. So it's like not like a running nose, it's like a blocked nose with blocked phlegm.
It's like just congestion throughout, right?
Yeah, then you try to get it out, you just cannot do anything. You drink hot water, everything, it just doesn't work.
Yeah. You gargle salt water, bro. Warm salt water. It helps to clear
the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
But it's damn disgusting.
Then when you wake up, no choice. You want to get where you gotta do the disgusting things.
Yeah, that's true.
Alright, so brother, I have a not epiphany. Like I had this revelation, okay, when I was playing soccer with my students. What would you actually do if you were a professional footballer? Like, do you think your behavior habits will change? Do you think your discipline will change? Or just like, what can you explain to me, like, in your opinion, right? What do you think your life would have been, right, if you were like a professional footballer? Okay, let's say let's not use Singapore. Let's say if you were to like play like abroad.
Where?
Just you can put the highest like EPL or something.
Okay, if let's say I was an EPL player, even in like, let's say for example, right, like even Ipswich or like Southampton, right, like, dude, I will probably be like, if I'm earning 20 to 30k a week, I will give everything I got, dude.
Right, but it's so different, right? When you're just playing like in your like local kickabout stuff, and then compared to the highest league. But then the feel, everything's the same.
No, because I feel that, right, like there's this one thing that I do think is very important, and it's like something that I saw in like a documentary. Like basically, like in American football, right, like they're known for getting paid millions and millions of dollars, man. Right. So one of the documentaries, like, it's a guy called Ronnie Harrison, right? He was talking to about one of his teammates called Junior Seau, who sadly passed away. Like basically, like they were saying, like, how come you go so hard during practice? Or like, why are you so aggressive? Or like, why do you go everything? Then Junior Seau said, like, I play the games for free. I get paid to practice. So basically, like, the reason why they pay you is not for your performance on the field. It's your performance to make sure prior to the weeks up to the game to ensure that you are at a level where you can perform all the way on the field. Which is why like we have so many problems with like players that get paid too much.
Yes. Because you get complacent.
Correct.
You lose in a way you lose the drive, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, unless you are talking about like the one of the 1%, like Cristiano, like, you know.
It's different.
How much money is still motivated.
I think I concluded that Cristiano's not a person, he's a robot.
I agree.
He's a machine. So like I think like if let's say you were to ask me, I will probably like give everything I got and try to become like a Xabi Alonso type of midfield maestro. But if you wait, then your epiphany or like revelation, what was your conclusion after you got the revelation?
Okay, I saw it as like not even just a professional. I just saw it like how I played football from when I was like in secondary school until now.
Yeah.
Okay, I will not review my age now, but clearly I have gotten on. And progressively, you see the position change a lot, very drastically. Like today, I played centre back because okay, first and foremost, because the players were too fast.
Yeah.
At the level of like, you know, your response reaction time, all this. Yeah, I don't think I can play 11 aside. Okay, but you must see the crowd lah. Okay, so my students are like very fast. They're like the soccer team players. Yeah, so I just like, how did my life evolve to playing a centre back? When last time you were like playing winger, striker, this kind of thing, right?
I can say I
can still play striker. It's just like I'll just stand in front, you know.
No, but I got a reason why lah. I think confirm you don't like it.
What?
Bad finishing. Bro, I give you so many balls on the plate last time when we played Kid, you every time
The
miss.
speed was never the issue, bro. It's the legs. The legs has gone, bro. The speed is still there, but how long I can keep the speed is another thing.
No, it's funny. Like I played soccer with you like last time. You can dribble past people and score, right? But then when you get a ball on a platter, right, somehow you miss one.
Like those open goal kind.
It's like you went from Ronaldo to like Danny Welbeck.
At that time, yeah. So that was like my epiphany. You know, if I have more of this, I'll share again next time.
Can. All right. So it's fun to have epiphanies, right? Because it makes us think about life. But then again, we are talking about football. So today, in this week's episode of the Futbol Kaki, we are going to cover 3 games. Basically, it's the big clash between Liverpool and Manchester City, where Liverpool absolutely dominated Manchester City. I think a lot of people say that this game is probably the most one-sided thing they've ever seen. 2-0 is nothing compared to what the actual scorelines would have been.
Bro, it's like, you know how the it's just a quick one. It's like, you know how that time City Man City versus Man U at
the 2-0 one,
the 2-0, right?
Yeah.
It's like that, but it's just that City is on the receiving end.
Oh wow, that was it's not even like it's not even like
bro, it's like
trash. It's like totally outclassed.
Yeah, they can't even take a shot. That kind of, you know.
Yeah, I saw one post which I'll say later. The comments quite funny. Then of course we've got Manchester United beating Everton 4-0. First time since Ole's time when United scored 4 goals or more in a Premier League game. This is Reuben Amorim's first home game as Man United manager in the Premier League, and it's not off to a bad start. But I will say that there are certain things that probably as Man United fans we were a bit. We still see there's improvement. It's not perfect. Judging by the fact there's only his 3rd game in charge. And then of course you've got Arsenal cruising past West Ham 5-2 with 7 goals in the first half. What an insane half, dude. Even if you watch the game, right, it's very funny. Like sometimes you watch the game, right, you see the highlights, it's like just the first half. Then after the next thing you do is the 95 minutes. So it's like, I think there was no chance, right? Then of course we've got our match of the week, which is of course Arsenal versus Manchester United with a lot on the line. But before we get into all of that, we've got our weekly segment. What's going on? So bro, what is going on in the world of football this week?
Bro, what's going on, right? It's a little bit of a shocker. Not really a shocker, but it's like something that has flew under the radar. Okay. Yeah. And it's in the EPL as well. What on earth is going on with Aston Villa? Bro, I swear, before I went to like Germany or something, right, they were like top 4.
Yeah.
See where they are in the position.
now they're below Man United in 12.
They're 12, right? They haven't won a game since the weekend that I flew off for Germany. That's like almost like one week. 26 October. I checked the last victory.
I really think
26 October, 23rd October.
I really think it's a Champions League, dude.
Cannot be.
Bro, it's like they played Juve, they played Club Brugge, right? And then they played Bologna, right? So you're talking about a team that is not used to traveling, having to travel or like have to play England, Belgium, come back, play against Liverpool, go to thing, right? Then play against Juventus again. So it's like the intensity of competition is high.
We take away that, okay. We just look at the past 5 EPL games. Okay, they drew 1-1 with Bournemouth. They lost to Spurs 4-1. They lost to Liverpool 2-0. They drew to Crystal Palace 2-2.
Then they lost to Chelsea 3-0.
Then they lost to Chelsea 3-0. So,
correct.
Out of these 5 games, right, I think your home games you should be winning, which is Bournemouth and Crystal Palace.
But I will say this, Bournemouth, right, is a good team. So
yeah, but if you are, as in compared to Aston Villa at home,
I mean,
okay, it's a fair result 1-1. But then I was just wondering what on earth is going on with them, and I had them like quite high up in my predictions.
I think all of us had them higher in the predictions too. But I think
it's like so much so, right? Until now, the Villa fans are like calling for him to get sacked.
I think that's harsh to me, to be really frankly honest, right? But I do think also, right, like that the problem that they foresee is that this season, this league is just weird in general. It makes no sense. So like question, right, like 12th position, right, is not that bad considering the fact, right, that Newcastle, Fulham, Man United have the same amount of points as them.
Yep. It's like if you win one game, you can go to
and then like Brentford and Spurs, right, are only 1 point ahead. Forest is 3 points behind. They're only 4 points behind like Man City, and 5 behind and like 6 behind Brighton. So they are not very far away.
It's just that the number on the position on the table looks a bit drastic.
Yes. So I will say that, like, if you're a Villa fan, right, don't get too carried away with the performance of the team, because honestly, right, 2 wins you can literally flip the whole team over.
Yeah, but it's like the past 5 games is like 3 loss, 2 win, 2 loss, and 3 loss, 2 draw.
which is understandable lah. So like, let's say for example, right, they're playing Brentford. So like
Brentford's above them.
Brentford's above them, but Brentford's only like 1 point ahead of them. So if they win, they can actually jump Brentford.
Yeah, and then they like not everyone in front can win also.
Correct.
Yeah.
So it's a situation whereby don't get too carried away, because like us lah, we were like wondering like we ManU's position of 5 wins, 4 draw, 4 loss, right? To find ourselves 9th, right? But 4 points away from 5th and 4th, right, is actually quite a shock. And we are 6 points away from Arsenal. So it's like
we have to chill lah.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is like Villa, Newcastle, they're all in the same position as us. So any flip of the dice, you could go from 12th all the way to suddenly, if you next thing you know, you're 5th or 6th. So I won't say that it's too bad to me, like in my opinion. I just think that it's because this league is just so competitive and tight that any drop of points will bring you all the way down to the lower part of the table. Yeah, you got anything else you think?
No, it's just that I expected more.
You expected them to be closer towards Chelsea and Arsenal already, right?
At least fourth. Yeah, at least fourth.
Actually, to be honest, right, they could have been second in this kind of state. Because if let's say they had won a couple of other games, right, they probably have another more points already. If let's say they just beat Bournemouth and Crystal Palace, they're ahead. They're already ahead, like in second place already.
Yeah, correct.
So it's like simple things that can switch over. Like so, with that, right, bro. Let's move on to the main segment of the Futbol Kaki, which of course brings us to the clash of the week, which was of course Liverpool versus Manchester City. With Liverpool finally beating their arch rivals over the past few seasons 2-0. But I think the thing that scares a lot of people or shocked a lot of people is the way that Liverpool did it. To many, it's like just pure domination.
Yep.
It could have been more than 2-0. Like I put it in my notes. I said that if it wasn't for a post and bet and not taking of chances, right, Liverpool could have easily been like what 3-4-0, 5-0, like quite easily.
Yeah, I never seen such a like disarray performance from Man City. Yeah. You know, that kind of thing. It's like they do lose games, but they don't lose it in this manner. Like City don't lose it in this manner like normally, you know. And the fact that I think it's one of the rare few times you see Pep get rattled, right?
Yeah,
like absolutely rattled, you know.
And it's weird because like the way that they set up, but I never thought I'd see City do 4-2-3-1.
Yeah, they try to. I don't know, man. Usually they play what 4-3-3. Right?
They always play 4-3-3. Like Pep's system is a 4-3-3.
Yep.
4-3-3
entire life, right?
Yeah, 4-3-3 or like a 4-3-3 with inverted fullbacks where the holding midfielder drops back in between the two centre backs.
Yep.
So it will naturally form into either back 3 or back 4. But the fact that he has to have 2 holding midfielders, right, and he's sacrificing his attack, just to basically say that, okay, I feel if you play 4-2-3-1, right, generally you're just trying to survive. Or
you're trying to keep some form of shape.
Correct. Correct. Which basically highlights like the discrepancies of your team where it's not fluid. Because I do feel that if let's say you generally play 4-2-3-1, right, you're trying to be safe. It's a very safe formation.
Yep.
But I feel that if let's say you have a very good overall team, right, ideal formation in football is either 4-3-3 or 4-4-1-1. It means that you have fluidity in motion, right? But this is shocking because of the fact, right, that it's 4 consecutive EPL losses. 4.
It's insane, bro.
And it's not like
I'm enjoying it.
Dude, don't get me wrong, I love this also, but it's concerning because it's 10 goals in 4 games conceded.
Yeah, now they have like a worse goal difference than Man United.
Yeah. And in all competitions, it's 6 losses in 7 games without a win in 7. So you lost 6 games in 7, and you concede.
Yeah, I feel that a lot of people use the the Rodri excuse, right? It's clear, yes, it's clear they needed him, but how can like year after year you buy players, right? But they don't work for you. So I feel that the past 2 or 3 windows has been quite a miss for them. Like the Nunes, Kovacic, Savino also, I feel like you can't rely on Doku, you know. And then when your current same batch of players are like 32, 33, like De Bruyne, all this, right? Then how? Yeah.
No, it's basically like it's an asterisk on Pep because it's the question mark. It's like, can you win with a bad team or with a team that is not as good as other teams or whichever? Which is what Mourinho has done, which is what Fergie has done also, and it's what Klopp came close to do when he was at Dortmund. So it's more or less like Pep's legacy being torn up because of the fact that he has a team that is definitely not up to Man City standard. And are they good enough? Because like the obvious one is like now there's a lot of the things that are seeing right cannot be covered anymore. Really. Let's say, for example, right, like Bernardo Silva. You know, Bernardo Silva, he's a tendency to ghost in games. Like he'll just disappear.
Yeah.
When he disappears, he's getting a problem. Then with Kyle Walker, right, his legs are deteriorating. He's not as fast anymore.
He's like getting caught up. He's getting like beaten by players.
Yeah, dude. So it's like if the cracks are starting to show already, right? And he's not gotten players that are good enough. Honestly, right, I don't think Rico Lewis is good enough to cover Kyle Walker.
He's a good squad player, but he's not first choice right back, you know.
He's not. Then I find that Gvardiol is wasted at left back.
Yeah, but I don't think that their centre backs are not the issue. It's the midfielders for sure.
It's the midfielders. Yeah. I agree because Gundogan he's old lah. Let's just call it. Let's just call it.
Not doing. You cannot expect Gundogan to do the same role as Rodri.
No, cannot lah. I find that Gundogan was like supposed to be brought in to be a complementary to Rodri, but now because of that, City don't have a holding midfielder, and the question also begs to differ is like, from now until January is about 4 weeks,
and like the most busy period of the season.
Yeah. So how are they able to go and handle or withstand all this damage, right? All the way until January to be able to go and find another midfielder they can get. And even if they get right, it may not even be the first week of the window. It may be like second week of the week.
Okay, so what I feel right is that 2 easy games coming up. After the two games, right, it's Man United in 16 December. So it's like a perfect time for Man United to play them now.
Yeah.
Right. Like given this state. So I do feel that I do think they will still drop some points in this December period. And yeah, but I think let's be realistic. I don't think he'll lose 7 in a row.
No,
I may be wrong. You know?
I don't want to say anything, right?
I'm praying for the seven losses.
I don't want to say much, right? Because again, it's Nottingham Forest, right? And Nottingham, although they're playing
why
okay,
they're 6, you know?
Yeah, they're 6 lah. But I also think that it's still Nottingham Forest. Like, they still have the issues, right? But going to Liverpool, right? Like the scary part for me about this Liverpool team, right, is that I don't think this is them at their peak. This is like barely like in the middle because their finishing is not clean yet. Once they sort out that portion, the thing is like they're getting good.
But what they are doing it well is getting the job done.
Yeah, I know.
It's like rule number 1.
Which is why it's scary because they're getting the job done, right? Even when they're not performing at the greatest on their attacking side.
But I wouldn't say they're not performing because there's a reason why they are like first.
But is the finishing?
Obviously, they are still performing. You know.
That they should have taken more chances. Like honestly, like Salah, he should have scored like.
Yeah, but as in, nevertheless, they were still like 2-0 up.
Yeah.
I think more important, and they just beat Real Madrid. So you have to think about that. So the only scary thing is who can stop them. Right. I think they already played Man City.
Yeah.
They already played Man U.
They played Chelsea already. They have to play Newcastle, Spurs.
Arsenal.
Yeah, they play Arsenal already. So their next few games is basically Newcastle then Spurs.
Hang on, the next Newcastle, Everton. Okay, so this the next 2 games. Newcastle away, Everton away.
Yeah.
Fulham home, Spurs away.
They should win all.
Yeah, they should be winning these games cleanly, you know.
Then they don't play United until January. But they've got Leicester and West Ham now. Speaking of way, right, congratulations to Reuben Amorim for getting the Leicester job.
Above in front of Ole and Ten Hag.
You beat Leicester twice and then you get the job.
Yeah. It's like you beat the guy twice, you get him sacked, and then
you take his job.
Wow.
What?
Yeah, but I think someone has to stop Liverpool.
Somebody has to stop Liverpool.
Give them a fight. Okay.
Yeah. But I think this is Liverpool's to lose. Like,
oh yeah, for sure, bro. It's like you imagine you reach the busy period with a 9-point gap.
Yeah.
It's like usually people is like, okay, after the busy period, then we see the gap. Then based on the gap, we see whether you are the favourites to win the title.
Yep.
Not going into the busy period with 9 points to lose.
Yeah, dude. Like it's their title to lose. And I don't see them losing the position for a long time really. For a long time.
Okay.
So So that is it. I think pretty much right. City have got a lot of questions to answer. I think that's predominantly what's going on with Manchester City, right? Moving on to the other side of Manchester at Old Trafford, United beat Everton. Wow, I realised both Manchester clubs playing the Merseyside clubs.
Yeah.
Both the Manchester clubs playing the Merseyside clubs. So United beat Everton 4-0 at home at Old Trafford. This is the first time since United being under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer where they scored 4 or more goals in a single season. Can you imagine, right? 3 years under Eric Ten Hag, we have not scored more than 4 goals in a single game. Bro, that's just how bad it was. Even though we won 4-0, I would say that the beginning of this game was very shaky because Everton had a lot of control early on.
Yep. The scoreline is inflated, I feel. It doesn't reflect the whole game.
No, I think it reflects like maybe half of the game, not the entire game, not the game in its entirety.
Agreed.
I feel that Everton crumbled after they conceded their goal, the first goal, the Rashford goal, right? Which I feel right in the 34th minute, right, which is a bit lucky, but it was a well-worked set piece. It was a bit lucky, right? But after that, it just felt like Everton just like deflated themselves. Like it just imploded. The goals were just irresponsible ball handling. Xerxes' both goals, right, was because Ahmad Diallo pressed and the left-sided centre-back lost the ball.
The Michaelenko, right?
Yeah. He lost the ball, and then it was just basically 2 tap-ins for Xerxes, right? Then the third goal, which was the Rashford one, right? It was just Man United just basically transition counter, then just whack.
Agreed.
So I mean, like I do kind of agree, right? That the scoreline 4-0 it's an emphatic scoreline. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad we scored 4, but it's not as dominant a performance as many people make it out to be, lah. There are still 100% cracks or kings that didn't work out.
In moments, that kind, which is good because we haven't been capitalizing on anything at all. So it's good to be an opportunist, right? To see, I think, a few mistakes and then they, like for Ahmad to be pressing so much, right? I think it's different level. You see this right wing back Ahmad.
The one thing is that the players are running more, like especially on the like the moment get the ball, it's like everybody all run already. Like just run and flood the box.
Non-negotiable now,
Yeah.
Now that he's already set the precedence.
And I think for them, it's like they know that it's going to work. So it's just more or less improving the fitness levels. Right? But I do think that in terms of this, right, Everton could have scored early on. It's just that Beto is being Beto. And like just wasteful chances. Like Everton were just carving United to open it at the beginning, right? But United still, in the end, they got control, right? But what I like about this situation with Amorim, right, is that he's not selecting the same 11. And
he knows he's very open about like the Christmas schedule. So his main primary concern is, okay, let's not get players injured. He wants to have squad rotation. So you can tell very obvious like the previous game, the Europa game, he started Højlund, then now he started Xerxes. So I think the only players that he let them play longer was Martinez and ManUtd, because they were suspended already for the Arsenal game. So just let them finish the game.
So just let them finish out the game, right? Get the match fitness up. But it's a good thing because now the players are like, remember last time the peeve that we always used to have was that you keep playing the same players, right? But then you keep changing them when they're out of form. There, by the time they actually, when they're in form, then you take them out. They're not going to be in form anymore. Yeah. Whereas now, what he's doing is that he's making sure that the players get used to the system. They're all playing, so they're all match fit. So anytime that he wants to change the system, he can just basically, it's like another cock in the hole. I can take you out, I can put another one inside.
Yep.
Which makes it a lot easier for us in the long term, which at the end of the day, right, is something that we are happy with because all the players are fit, all the players are in form, which is something that under Fergie we used to do. We will always do squad rotation. We always do heavy-handed rotation, which to me is a good thing, right? But are you impressed with Amorim so far?
I mean, like it's something that we can buy in now.
Yeah.
Like it's like years of being a Man U fan. It makes me not want to trust anything.
Yeah. Same.
It makes me very like, but yeah, it's like different It's like what you see is what you get.
Yeah.
Okay. You are seeing good squad rotation. You're not seeing favoritism at the moment.
Yeah.
You're not seeing any like delusional or fake ideas.
Yep.
Yeah. It's like you see the people like the running on the pitch. Okay. Yes. I think there's still like 101 things to improve, which is important. Now I can see it's like, okay, let's let it marinate and see how it goes first.
Yeah. I agree.
Rather than like, okay, trust the process, it will work, but we don't see the end product. But now we are starting to see like bits and pieces of it, which is good.
And also, right, like he's not giving the players compliments.
Yeah, that's why
he's like telling them they did well, but you can be better.
Yeah, you still know. He said you still need to improve.
Yeah,
he's like you cannot compliment too early because they will let these United players they will get their hits. They will be in over the hits.
Correct. Which is what he's doing. Like he's telling them you need to be better. You need to be better. It's like basically pushing them that we are far from where we are, but I know you can do it.
Be contented. Yes, correct.
It's like we're far from where we are, but I know that you can do it. Like so. I mean, at the end of the day, right, United 4-0. This puts us about 6 points behind City and 4 points just behind fourth. So we are not that far away. We are actually tied on points with Aston Villa. Correct. So we are not that far off from each other. So moving on to Arsenal at the London Stadium or the West Ham Stadium. Basically, right, this game is just a beatdown, dude. Arsenal beat West Ham 5-2. All 7 goals came in the first half. Arsenal dominated, set piece masters as per usual. I think having Odegaard back creates a significant thing for them.
We were saying about it. Remember
Yeah.
remember when they had Odegaard out? We were like,
Yeah.
oh no, this is like you haven't even started the season, you lose 2 games already. That kind of thing, you know.
Yeah.
So it's good. It's a very good plus point that they have him back. Plus, on top of that, the City slump is like because imagine if like City and Liverpool were still fighting at the top, then this Arsenal will still be 6-7 points behind it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like okay, they're still just trying to stay in it. Now they overtook City already, despite losing like 2 games, you know.
Yeah.
So I think it's a positive thing for them to build on and I honestly think they're the only ones that they can catch Liverpool.
Maybe lah, but then again, they are playing Man Utd this week.
No, I'm saying I honestly think that they are the ones that catch. And don't get me wrong, they will breeze through United.
Yep.
For sure. It's like if you want to win the title, you need to win these type of games.
I hope so. I hope that doesn't happen because I need to have faith in my own club. But I mean, like coming back to this, right? It was really too easy for Arsenal. It's really too easy.
You can praise them until the cows come home, right? But it is what it is lah. So if you score 5 goals in one half, you deserve to win.
Yeah, it's true like. It's true like. I mean, like Arsenal, Gabriel scored, Odegaard scored, Havertz scored, Saka scored, Trossard scored.
Yeah.
So it's very like they just carve open Arsenal score. So I'm not taking anything away from Arsenal because I do think it was a very good performance, right? But West Ham were horrible, dude.
This is the same West Ham that beat Man United.
I know, but the thing is that we had a worse manager at the time.
But I mean, they're still in the bottom half.
No, dude, we have to thank West Ham for what they did for us.
Yeah. Thanks, West Ham. You
know? We have to say thank you, West Ham, for getting everything else. But I mean, like the free kick was brilliant.
Yeah,
Emerson's free kick was good. Like Wan-Bissaka scored 2 goals in 2 consecutive games. I mean, overall, like it's like you don't expect anything less from this Arsenal team. They should win. So this brings us to our match of the week, which of course is Arsenal versus Manchester United. And I got this question: do we have a chance? You still don't think so?
It's not. I don't think so. I feel that it will be too steep of a mountain to climb. I feel like it's too soon that we can beat like Arsenal or this, you know. And then you don't have Mainu, you don't have Licha.
But it's not that bad. I don't think it's that bad. I think.
See, bro, this is the hope that the United fans to get.
So
you have to be a realist, bro. You see, pick a side. No draw. Who will win? On paper, given the state position, Arsenal, right? Just you have to see things the way it is, you know.
Yeah, but I have to. I do think have hope.
Yeah.
I have to have hope in my own club, right? Because I know which direction you're going. I have to go the opposite direction. So
no, I'm not going that far. If Man U played the same way they played Arsenal, like in the first half of Everton, we should have confirmed lose, bro.
Alright, but if we played the second half,
we will see in the matter if Arsenal score 5 in one half. If Arsenal score 1, right, it's quite hard.
No, if Arsenal score 1, it's very hard for us to do anything really. So
we have to score first, in order to have a chance.
Correct. So we have to do something about this, right? But it's not to say that in the past years we haven't beaten Arsenal before, but I will still say that on paper, right, this is a much stronger Arsenal squad than what has been previously played against Manchester United. I would still say that overall, right, like this is Amorim's first test.
Yeah.
And it's the beginning of the chaotic period that is Manchester United's like period. It's like what they're doing after this, right, is Arsenal, Forest, City, Bournemouth, Wolves, Newcastle, Liverpool.
Yeah. Okay, let me just say, like in the EPL, right, as a Man United fan, right, I think there's only like 4 tough games in the season to play.
Yeah.
Etihad, Emirates.
Yeah.
And like maybe one more is like, I won't even say Stamford Bridge, or like maybe Brighton, you know.
Yeah. Man United and Brighton just don't go well together.
So it's like, I think these 4 games is like the ultimate like test for United.
Yeah.
You know?
I agree. So it is the first.
Sorry, St. James Park.
Actually, St. James sometimes can win one. But I do think, right, like, at the end of the day, right, like this is Amorim's first real test. Like real test. So now, between now and the game on Wednesday, right, Thursday Singapore time, right, he's got 3 days to go and get everything together to try to get out the game plan and focus. So I'm hoping for the best, but of course I have to be realistic and understand that definitely Arsenal's a better team. So let's move on to our predictions, which of course is, by the way, last week, right? If I'm not mistaken, I got the exact score, right? But we weren't counting it.
I lost counts.
Yeah, no, we haven't been counting for all because we are still getting the momentum back because you just came back only, right?
Yeah, we were predicting.
I think I normally say I got two. I predicted 2-0, but
You can
that
check
that,
back
that,
later.
that doesn't count. I think, guys, just to make it clear, right, we will probably bring the scoring back in January just to get the momentum.
Fresh slate,
The
New
fresh slate.
Year.
New Year, fresh slate, and everything like that, right? But I think this is Emery's first real test, right? So let's go to the predictions, right, bro? What's your score? And who's winning?
I think Arsenal win now, bro. Really. Like,
Score.
but it'll be like 2-0, I think.
Okay.
2-0.
Okay. I'm going for a draw.
Okay, that's good. That's fair. I think
I'm gonna go 1-1.
I think like United will probably be quite passive. So
yeah, I'm gonna go with a 1-1 draw to against Arsenal lah. So your result will of course be. So are you taking 2-0 or 1-0?
2-0.
Okay. So Paul's prediction is of course a 2-0 victory for Arsenal, and of course I'm gonna take a 1-1 draw for both teams. So with that is it for this week's episode of the Futbol Kaki. Alright, so that is it for this week's episode of the Futbol Kaki, brought to you by the Chit Podcast Network. Now, for those of you who are tuning in, we just want to say thank you, and we hope you continue to watch our other shows, which of course are the Copy Bros every Monday, where we talk about fun and trivial topics. And then, of course, if you like game shows, we do have the SG Draft Podcast every Friday, where we come together and draft about different topics. Now, we do have an interactive portion of the draft where you can actually go and vote for your favorite teams on our Instagram stories. But of course, do remember that voting begins on a Friday at 12 p.m. after the episode airs and closes on a Saturday at 12 p.m. So do go and vote for your favorite teams, and of course, you have the winner's fate in your hands. Now, with that, we just want to say thank you. And of course, if you have not liked and subscribed to our channel, please do so. And if you have, please continue to share the channel with your friends so that we can continue to grow and put out more content for you and grow, of course, this channel. So from everybody here, from me and Paul, have a good week ahead. Glory, Man United. I hope they do beat the Gunners, but of course, I'm trying to be realist here. I have not a lot of faith. I think Paul already stated his predicament.
Yeah, just try to stay rooted.
Yeah. So before you got anything else that?
Yeah, I think let's pray the EPL is not a farmers league anymore.
Yeah. But I mean, it's fun to have a competitive league this year. So with that, thank you everybody. Have a good week ahead. Bye bye.